Hey everybody, and welcome to Meals with Melissa, where I come up with healthy options and versions of things that you love to eat. Now, this one's super, ridiculous simple, guys. It's gonna take you all of about 10 minutes to make total. Super simple. So, we're going to make keto raviolis. Now, of course, I'm not a huge fan of keto. I think that you don't need to cut the carbs, you need to cut the crap. But, it's always good to have a low carb option. And pasta's just not really in the realm of things when you're trying to really be super healthy. So I don't do a lot of that. Not really a huge fan of pasta. So this is a great option, super simple. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my very favorite tool, which is parchment paper. I'm gonna put it on a pan. And I'm going to take just regular, already sliced mozzarella cheese, just bought from my local grocery store. I'm gonna put it on the parchment paper, and I've actually already done this part. And I'm going to bake it at 375 for about 5 minutes. So just the cheese on the parchment paper, it's gonna look like this when it comes out, a little bit toasty. It's perfect. Meanwhile, I've already cooked my sausage. Now you can do a couple of different options for sausage. I tend to really like Isernio's chicken sausage. I like it. It just doesn't feel heavy. I'm not a huge fan of pork. I don't do a lot of pork, but this is super simple, and they do have 2 options for Italian flavoring. It's like mild and hot. Of course, I'm mild. I don't do a whole lot of hot. And then I have like a breakfast sausage option as well, but already cooked it up, ground it, made it super small, fine pieces, because I'm gonna add that to the top of my raviolis, right? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put just a little bit, I know it's hard to see here, on my, there we go. I'll show it to you when I've got it done. I know, I'm still working. Still working on new studio. It's coming. I swear, it's coming. I've got some stuff in the works. So I'm gonna put a little bit of my chicken sausage on there. Now I'm actually it's making one giant kind of ravioli here. And of course, when you cook cheese, obviously it melts. So we're gonna put a second layer on top, a second layer of the mozzarella cheese, and let it melt. And I'll show you what it'll look like. All right, so we'll put a little bit of the chicken sausage. Super good. All right, and again, you don't even need to flavor the sausage. Obviously, it's already flavored. So, put a little bit of that. Now, to the top of that, I'm gonna add just a little bit of ricotta cheese. When I was growing up, we were a little on the poor side, and my mom would always use cottage cheese instead of ricotta. Just not the same, go with ricotta. If you have the option, go with ricotta. It just is a different flavor. So I'm gonna add a little bit, again, of just my store-bought ricotta cheese to the top of that. Now, from experience, I would kind of space it out a little bit on top of your chicken sausage. Okay, so that it's just not one lump. Again, made some already, I'll show you. Put that on top of that, okay? On both pieces. Now, you can make as few or as many as you want. I definitely would serve them warm. They're definitely not gonna be quite as good, because of course, the cheese is gonna get crunchy as it hardens and dries a little bit. So, all right, so to that, again, I'm gonna show you just a second here. All right, so far, here is my little cheese squares with a little bit of the chicken sausage and the ricotta on top. Okay, so to that, I'm gonna put on another layer of this mozzarella sliced cheese. Okay, so in the oven, the first set is in there for about 5 minutes at 375. I'm gonna leave it on 375, and when I put the second layer in, I'm gonna leave it for about 10 minutes. So I want it to kind of heat through all the way through, completely melt. The bottom layer will kind of melt again a little bit and stick to the top layer. And I'll show you in just a second how those are gonna look. Okay. Put those back in the oven for about 10 minutes, right? I'm gonna stick those in there. I'll set my timer here in just a second. Now, when they come out, they'll be nice and piping hot. They're gonna look something a little bit like this. And I'm gonna add either a little bit of, you can add grated Parmesan. This is from Costco, because of course, we use a lot of it. And then maybe a little bit of parsley. And then you can use a low carb marinara sauce to dip these in. Super easy, super great. It makes it so you don't miss those things that you really love to eat. And you know that they're not necessarily really super healthy for you. So, guys, super easy, ridiculous easy. Try it out, tell me what you think. Let me know if you like the recipe. Did you do something a little bit different that worked better for you? Did you find your groove? Now, I get my best ideas from you guys, so if you have a recipe that's super simple, we don't do complicated here, that you wanna share with everyone, please pass it on, because this is how we make a community, right? Also, you can go to my YouTube channel under Fillmore Fitness. You can see every Facebook Live I've ever done. It gets loaded up on that channel as well. Please just don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so every time you get a new one, it pops up. Now, if you are struggling with your nutrition this time of year, it's almost March. real quick here and you've already given up on your New Year's goals, you know what? Let me know. Let's talk about it. I really love helping people find their groove and find their way. Dialing it in, guys. So have a great weekend, you guys. And that is Meals with Melissa. Till next time.